All right, everyone, welcome in to the weekly reading. So this is going to kick off starting June 15th. I am recording it on the 15th. So today is Father's Day here in the States, at least. So for all of you fathers, happy Father's Day. Spent all day cooking, so I'm getting to this video kind of late. I'm going to try and get it all in before the sun goes down, but I think I have some time here. It's only about 8 p.m. and the sun is staying up till almost 10 o'clock around there. So welcome in. It has been a chaotic, crazy time. If you have any of your feelers out in the world, what a chaotic week last week was. Definitely, we had a lot going on in the U.S. as well as other countries too, but the chaos ensued all week, especially this weekend as well. It did not end. I did want to hit a little bit about the astrology, and also I want to give a shout out to someone that I watch on YouTube, and he has great information. His name is Alexander Quinn. So check him out if you're interested, but he's a great astrologer. I think he's kind of a spiritual channeler and things. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something he brought up in a video this week that I felt was very important, because when I heard it, it just kind of, I was like, oh my gosh, it gave me great perspective about what's going on. So recently, this last week, we had, this is Vedic astrology, but Antares lunar occultation. Go check that out, Google it. And this is in Vedic Scorpio. So Antares is actually represents the heart of the Scorpion, so it's interesting with that tie to Scorpio. And then, which is also warrior energy. So, and I'll key in on that. To add on, in tropical astrology energy, it's in Sagittarius, which is very fire energy. So you have the Scorpion, water, the depth, the unconscious, the rebirth, death and rebirth energy with the fire. And Antares also really represents the mother wound or mother wounding. So when you kind of combine that with warrior energy, I mean, you're going to get some intensity. You're going to get some real drastic kind of blowouts. So this is going to bring up really deep suppressed trauma energy around mother wounds. So, you know, even Alexander, and I've heard it from other people last week and over the weekend, it's like recommendation was to stay indoors. So we're kind of still in that energy. We're still feeling it. So I want to give you perspective on what really has been going on, because it is intense. I mean, people are going crazy. You had the combo of the full moon in Sagittarius last week. And yeah, people can kind of, that's like a combo of people being a bit dangerous. So it was definitely, we saw a lot of that too. So going into this week now, the astrology. So we have the week starting the 15th, 16th through kind of the 22nd, 23rd, depending on when you think that the kind of figure the week is ending. So we have Mars and Leo clashing with Uranus and Taurus today, actually. So that's going to set off a series of chain reactions that kind of definitely shake the foundation of your life, of the world at large. So that's just another add-on to the energies this weekend. It's kind of a cosmic shockwave. It's going to disrupt the status quo. It's going to disrupt anything that's on shaky ground, that just isn't in alignment with what is in the highest and best good going forward. So the events moving forward are going to be a little unexpected, but it's going to help propel you to new paths, to new things, to face your fears. And it's kind of like destined things that we can't stop from happening anymore. So we just got to surrender and allow our destiny and fate to take us on to the next thing that we have to experience. The other things going on. So on the 17th, Mars enters Virgo. So that's helping us move out of a more fiery energy to that Virgo, which is helping us to find some kind of stability, some rhythm. It's kind of asking us, you have Mars, which is action oriented, and Virgo, which is very detailed. Let's have a plan. Let's figure this out. So it's really about focusing on what we're doing moving forward and actually enacting it and having more of a logical plan that helps us get there. And any kind of scattered energy from that Mars in Leo, I think Mars was in Leo, it's going to kind of help us focus our attention and energy. And as the week wraps up, the other big thing I just want to call out, the sun moves into Cancer on June 20th. So we are entering Cancer season. So, and that kind of is right with the summer solstice there. So in the Northern Hemisphere, but this is going to shift us into more, emotions. Cancer is a water sign, which represents emotions. So it's going to really, and then Cancer is about like your home, your family, where you belong, kind of that nurturing energy. So it's going to kind of guide us back to home base, help us redefine what home is to us, what feels good, connections, what's in our deepest heart's desires, and helping us to refocus on that. We also, one more thing, so sun enters and then Mars in Virgo. Okay, so I think I hit all of them. So a lot of interesting astrology going on. I really find it helpful and gives me some perspective, because I feel like when you don't have perspective, like a higher perspective, and that's another reason tarot is helpful. Astrology and tarot can give us a higher perspective and give us a lens to see why are things happening the way they are in the physical reality, in our individual lives, in the world at large. It can kind of help us see, like, what is the underlying energies that's causing this physical experience at this moment in time. So again, gives us insight. It can help us not feel so crazy. Why am I feeling all this craziness inside of me? If people don't have perspective, they just think, oh, I'm going crazy, or I'm sick, or, it's me. But in reality, there's a lot of forces at play that are impacting each and every one of us in our experience here on, in this reality. Whether it's how the planets move, the energies, the moon phases, all these little things that, when you really learn astrology, you really are like, it blows your mind, and it's so spot on, and it totally makes sense. And it helps, again, give you some perspective to ground you. And again, to help you not get too tied to the physical reality, in the sense of you don't always take everything at face value, because that tends to pull us downwards into either more unhealthy behaviors or just, anxieties, things like that. So let's get started here. So again, we're looking at the week ahead. This is a general read. So I'm tapping into the collective of everyone here. So whatever comes through, I always ask my guides, what is the information and guidance that can best help the most people out there for their highest and best good for this week? Okay, so let's see here. Angel of Love, There's that Cancer energy coming in. Blossoming abundance. Love this. Rest and rejuvenation. I mean, I need all of this, so this is great. I love it. We got love, we got money, we got rest and rejuvenation, vacation, you know, just time to reset here, reconnect back to what our intentions are, what our heart's desires are. Going back to the heart, right? Because it's really connecting to consciousness plus, you know, our heart source, which is kind of both one and the same, to help us then manifest, build upon, connect back to the abundance flow of the universe, because the source of abundance is the universe, which essentially we are the universe. So this concept of connecting to something that's outside of us is actually a misconception. And it's really just connecting back to the source of who we are, our cells, our body, our mind, our energy, our higher consciousness. It's all connected. And we are connected to everything else happening all at once throughout all time and space. So when we can really plug in to our authentic source connection, that's when we can really start experiencing new realities with this abundance card and the love card. So let's get more information. So Queen of Cups, there's that water energy again. Five of Swords, Queen of Swords, Two of Wands. This Two of Wands has been coming out a lot. This is seeing the new path ahead. This is a new path opening up, a new world opening up, us realizing, like in this card you see this man is holding the world in his hands because he really has everything he could want or desire within his kind of power, and he's now able to see ahead and to make new decisions to move forward on the path. He also has that, he's kind of sitting up high here. It's almost like he's in this castle. He's looking at, like, almost could be over like a rooftop terrace here or the top of the castle, and he has a viewpoint, the highest viewpoint to see the greatest perspective, right? It's when you're higher you can see more in longer distances. And the Strength card. And I'm going to pull this Six of Cups here. So I had to do it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. This just doesn't end. Okay. I had to do it. The story was unfolding and asking me to pull the cards. So I'm going to start at the end first here, actually. So what's happening under the surface here, what's unfolding here, what it's asking us here, we're seeing a new path, we're seeing a broader perspective. You know, here's the thing of kind of an analogy or metaphor here. It's almost like you have a painting or a puzzle, let's say, and you're putting the pieces together. And as you're putting the puzzle together and you only have like a small view of like this small piece of the puzzle, like you can only see a little window of the big, you know, picture. But as you put more of the puzzle pieces together, it makes more sense. You get a broader view and you can kind of see, oh, like maybe you didn't see what the picture was at first, but now you're kind of understanding like what this whole picture looks like. And that's what to me, the Two of Wands is indicating. And the more you get that clarity and the more you can feel into what's ahead, what you want, what you desire, there's almost like what you need to actually have the courage to overcome in this process is there's a bit of this nostalgia, like I said about Antares and Scorpio. There's this past wounding, the trauma of our past. This could be individual experiences. This could also be ancestral trauma. You know, the mother wound doesn't just start with you. the mother wound, if you have a mother wound, has been happening for generation and generation in your family. You can look back and see your mother had trauma, her mother had trauma, and so on and so forth. And there's a little bit of this is going to bring in a little bit of internal conflict for you. I feel like also this is saying that there has been conflict, and this is what the conflict has been internally for you, that maybe also has been manifesting and mirroring in your reality. You're coming across challenge and conflict maybe with your relationships, with family members. It does tie back to the past and some wounding there. But this is what we're being asked to really finally face and help to find some sort of understanding, awareness, and integration here. Because then this is what has been in the way of our Ten of Cups and our Empress. This is truly elevating us to where we are in alignment and we are the powerhouse of our life, and we are able to kind of create the harmony even though there is past trauma, right? The Empress understands this, and this is also the mother. So this could also indicate with the Death card an end to the mother wound, the end to the blocks of the mother, finding harmony, finding integration here, and rebirthing something new. This is like we're you know, when we think of death, there's that kind of transformation process. We're ending the old and rebirthing into the new, which is aligned more with what we really want here. And going back to the beginning here, it's really asking us to balance the emotions and the mind and get clarity. Because if you see in the Queen of Swords here, she's looking forward. She's looking towards the future. She has her hand, that's that Mars and Virgo energy. She knows what she wants. She has clarity now. She has a plan, and she's like, let's implement this. And there's that decision to finally take the first step. Part of it also is kind of that balance with the emotional, the Cancer energies, and allowing the two, because sometimes these two aspects of ourselves can be in conflict. There's a little bit of confliction here internally, I feel. There's a little bit of conflict between the logic of the mind and what the emotions are asking us to do. And the Five of Swords is the lesson here. It's not about, you can't overtake and logicize, that's not a word. You can't mentally make sense of your emotions. You can't through the head. The only way you're going to make sense of your emotional body is to feel into the emotions. And the same with the mind. Like, you can't use the emotions. The Queen of Swords is not great with the emotions, and I'd say the Queen of Cups isn't great when it comes to clarity or logic here. The two of them, though, have to find some middle ground, because this Five of Swords can be a little bit about a battle between the two. And it's like one is trying to overtake the other to find some sense of groundedness, especially if we're feeling overwhelmed emotionally. From an emotional standpoint, the mind might try to kick in and say, well, I don't want to feel this stuff. Okay, that's the mind. I don't want to feel this. This feels uncomfortable. So it's almost like you're manipulating yourself. You're manipulating your own emotions, or you're manipulating your mind to always try and get out of the deep feelings that we don't like to feel. But that's part of the Strength card here. The Strength card really represents a harmony between the feminine, which is the lady, and the masculine, which is the lion. You know, the lion represents power and strength and and gaining control by that overpowering energy of the physical, where the feminine is about grace and nurturing, and she's actually able to use her heart, her love, and her nurturing energy and her intuition to help calm the lion. And that's where we build strength, and it is through the harmonization and understanding of the mind and the emotional body that we are going to find the clarity and find a more groundedness in ourselves. Lots there. That was a lot. So let's keep going. We have the 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. So I like this because we are ending a cycle here. You haven't been able to see the path forward. It's because your heartache, your suffering, your challenges have really blocked you from really knowing what's ahead or if you're going to get out of it, right? This is where you've been. And you see here in this card, all the wands, like there's so many wands that he can't see in front of him. Like he's just carrying all this weight, struggling, this baggage, and he's just continuing to like kind of barge ahead, you know, 1 foot at a time, even though it's kind of a state of suffering. And I like the 6 of Wands because we are going to overcome this. We are going to finally find success and get to a place finally where we feel like, oh, I have some relief. And that's where this rest and rejuvenation is, and this abundance as well. If you feel like you've been struggling, even physically, it could be physically, like health-wise, it could be financially. I feel like abundance is coming. There's rest and rejuvenation, which is also going to help your health. And just overall, this 3 of Swords has really been, these 3 swords have just been stuck in your energetic heart field. And there's been a lot of heartache. And it's like, but I like the 6 of Wands. There's success and recognition for what you've been through here. And it's almost like you're being rewarded finally for a path less traveled, should we say, right? Sometimes the path less traveled is more difficult and treacherous, but the end result is going to be more rewarding. So we have the 8 of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles here. I do feel like you're at a place of contemplation of like giving up on some sense, giving up on something, giving up on this, almost I feel like hope, right? I feel like you've been just like really, you know, physically drudging ahead day by day for a while. And there's sense of maybe you had hope, like, okay, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. Things are going to get easier, blah, blah, blah. Or like what you've been putting, the time you've put in to something is going to pay off. But it really, all it's paid off to you is heartache, suffering, and challenges. So there's this sense here of finally like, you know what, I think it might be time to give up. It might be time to walk away from something. And I feel like this Page of Swords is asking you right now is like, wait, just wait a second here. You're going to get a little more information. Maybe you don't have all the details yet. You don't have the bigger picture yet, but it's coming here with the 2 of Wands. It's coming. So when you get more information, I feel like you're going to have clarity. But I do feel like the success with the 8 of Cups is like you're finally out of something. You're finally moving away out of some difficulty. So we have the Page of Cups. There's the 3 of Wands. I love seeing that. And then the Queen of Wands. This ends just beautifully here. So you have the 2 of Wands and then the 3 of Wands. And if you've watched my channel, and other tarot readers read it the same way, but when I see the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Wands in the same spread, to me that means you put out some dream, you put out some wish or intention, and the 3 of Wands references like you've put out your wish and now you're getting it. Now it's coming to you. And I feel like how it's going to show up is this Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. So it's going to come in kind of unexpectedly in a lighthearted way, like not a big serious way, but like you're going to get some sort of information, or you're going to get someone coming across your path, maybe someone who has something to offer you that's going to be really take you, maybe there's an offer of a trip that's going to take you on a new path in your life that's really gonna, it's like a destined thing you have to do. But the Queen of Wands, I mean, that just means you're aligning. You're aligning. If you feel like you haven't been aligned, this is truly, the Queen of Wands is really aligned with her truth, her authentic self. And she's acting and creating out of that centeredness. She is able to utilize the energies. This is somebody who works smarter, not harder. Okay, this is someone who uses their creative force, their life force energy to express themselves in the world. And when you're doing that, that's when you open up the gates to the bank of the universe. So we could say from a financial perspective, or just success in general, like whatever you're doing and you want recognition or success or people to, you know, be magnetized to you. I mean, that's the Queen of Wands here. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female. I feel like you're coming into a new phase of your path, your life, where I feel like you're going to attract a lot of things. You're going to attract people. People are going to be attracted to you. It's like a glow up. I'm hearing kind of a glow up period for you as well. So I like that. I just want to see here. What's the Eight of Cups? Two of Cups. So you may have to walk away. There may be some energies. Again, this could be the heartaches, just generally the heartaches from the past in regards to love, relationships, or connections. You're finally leaving these pains and heartaches, you know, behind you. Yeah, you're manifesting something new when it comes to love. And we had the Angel of Love as well. So you're leveling up to a new, it's almost like, you know, in a video game, like you've passed the first level or you've passed a certain level and now you're leveling up to the next level here. And it's just time, you know, it's like that divine timing here. What's the Page of Cups? Yes. So what's interesting, so the Page of Cups is kind of the front image of it is this page, but the actual truth behind how this comes across is a big new door opening for you. So that's what I was saying. It may show up very kind of laissez-faire, like, oh, just an email, or like, it's, you know, something that's like doesn't seem that big, or you're like, oh, okay, we're again, how it shows up wouldn't, you know, make you feel like, oh my God, this is a huge opportunity, but it is going to be. It's going to be. And then the Page of Swords. Ooh, look at that. King and Queen of Wands. So this king is going to reach out to you. So whether it's, you know, you run into someone and you start a conversation, or, you know, someone reaches out over social media, a dating app. This could be an email. I mean, this could refer to something work related or like a new job opportunity. This could be someone of a high standing reaching out to you. It could be love, you know, it could be someone from your past. It's kind of, but definitely this refers to someone who's definitely aligned with you. Your energies are in alignment. To me, again, this is the perfect match. This is like soulmates here. So if you are looking for love, definitely this is an indicator that somebody that's definitely at this, what you've been looking for, is looking for you. It's kind of that concept of you guys are looking for each other. And when you find each other, you are the exact person that, you know, each of you is looking for. And maybe that's been an issue in the past for you. That's part of the Three of Swords, is like patterns of relationships where it's just like you're manifesting people who are not at the same level as you, who, you know, you just aren't a good match. Your values don't align. Maybe you're ready for something serious and they're not. It could be just emotional unavailability. It could be, you know, 100 different things, but now finally, and that's walking away from the old types of relationships and now opening up to this new one that's expanding you, that's helping you grow, and it's going to be successful. But this could also, if you're not looking for love, this could be job related. This could be someone who, again, is a boss, someone at a high, has power, and really sees you as someone that has a lot to offer, almost at the same level as them. So this is an exciting week. So I do feel like something's going to happen this week that's going to show up as a small door, but going forward, eventually it's going to lead you to a big door, a big change. This is like life transformative here. Like this is like a huge life change to me with the Death card and the Ace of Pentacles here. And it may take some courage to stand up to, even like if you have a lack of confidence in yourself right now, just because of how heavy things have been. I think the Strength card really calls upon that too, of like, you know, there's going to be an opportunity, and it might take you to find some courage to feel like, oh my God, maybe it's a job opportunity where you're like, you know, that's way above me, or I don't know if I can really do that, and it pays a lot of money and I'm a little intimidated. But you know what? No, this was handed to you by the universe because you were the right person for this opportunity, and that's going to take some courage here. In the meantime, I feel like the Oracle cards, rest, lay back. It's almost like you don't have to do anything here. You're going to get the exact kind of like direct messages when you need to act. But I do feel like this week ahead is going to be kind of this, like I said, laissez-faire, rest and rejuvenation, connecting back to love, and opening yourself up to abundance, because I feel like it's right here. It's right here for you. And it's just like starting to finally, like the picture is opening up for you. All right, everyone. We got through the reading before the sun went down. I feel like this was a great message for everyone with the week upcoming here, especially after the energies of last week. There still could be some lingering kind of like earthquake energies here, because we got the Death card, we got the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, but it's just helping us to close out. It's a closure of a chapter. And that's going to be a little, you know, it's usually that's not always like super easy, but it's exactly what we want. It's just like, you know, sometimes the very things that we hate in our lives, the minute we're faced with, oh, they're going away, it can be a little bittersweet. So, and usually it's because there was some kind of sense of comfort in it. And it's what you've always known for maybe something that's been going on a long time with the Seven of Pentacles. So you're ready. You're definitely ready. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining in. I did post all of the monthly zodiac readings, so go ahead and take a look at your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus readings to get more specific information for you individually. That kind of hones in more from the weekly ones. The weeklies are more broad, where we're going into the specific zodiacs. So, well, enjoy your week. Enjoy the rest of your month, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.